Nigeria's airline operators have warned passengers against travelling due to a shortage of aviation fuel. Nigeria has experienced fuel shortages since February after authorities rejected imported gasoline that contained too much methanol, making it unsuitable for domestic usage. The Airlines Operators of Nigeria warned passengers to expect flight cancellations and delays at all airports across the country. The body says that aviation fuel prices have risen by about 400% since December 2021. The country's civil aviation authority is also facing other challenges, such as the closure of one runway at Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. Also, the unavailability of US dollars to purchase spare parts for grounded aircraft. Well, for an update on this, we're now joined by Professor Obiora Okonkwo, who's the chairman of United Nigeria Airlines and also the spokesperson for the Airline Operators of Nigeria. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Welcome to the program. A warning of cancellations and delays. What is the current status now?
Thank you for having me. Yes, it's a fact that we have been experiencing unusual and temporary scarcity of jet airworm. And then obviously, as a result of this, some of the airlines are having it very, very difficult to have access to these products, and as a result affecting their schedules. So it was important for the AON to intimate our passengers about this looming problem. It's really not that there is such a big concern, but it was just for the sake of information, because for some time now, the operators had not been able to be in good communication with the passengers. So when we experience this kind of a situation, the passengers easily turn on the counter staff of different airlines and then start causing some unpleasant situations. So it was important for us to inform them in advance. But as it is today, yes, today, there were some delays, there were some cancellations, but I can assure you that the airline operators are working very, very, very hard around the clock to lay our hands on any available Jet A1 in any airport to ensure that the passengers are carried to their destination. For instance, we operated yesterday, our schedule for yesterday, some of the airlines operated up to 2 a.m. So we understand up to 2 a.m. this morning to cover the schedule of yesterday that would have ordinarily ended by 8 o'clock due to some sunset airport. We understand the importance of this sector in our own economic development, and we also appreciate the concern and the cooperation we're getting from all the different government stakeholders and the agencies. And so we are hoping that in the next few days, this will be over. So we're working hard, we're cooperating with the government, and we're making all the sacrifices that we ought to make to ensure that disruptions are not unbearable and they do not last for too long.
How did Nigeria get to this position?
Well, it is a world phenomenon. It's known that the world over is facing some little bit of crisis with regards to energy, fuel, and all that. In Europe, it's gas. It may be available there, but here, so we're not insulated from this national world issue. So for us here in Nigeria, we're very patient, and we're hoping that the impact will not be for too long. So I think this is just what is going on worldwide. It's not a peculiar situation for Nigeria. And as you know, the only thing is that Nigeria imports its own product in a finished form. So that's probably, if there are little logistic issues, then this have direct and immediate effect. And I think, in the last few days, we also had to do with PMS, but today it's all cleared. I don't think there is any form of delays in the filling stations. We think it must have been a little bit of logistic issues and small gap that probably by tomorrow morning, where there might be some offloads and products that will get to the airports, and this will be over. So we don't expect this to last for too long.
All right. So some people might be saying 400% rise in fuel prices. Has that translated into ticket prices going up, or have you been able to spare your consumers?
Oh, yes. We had been as patriotic as we could to ensure that this shocking increase does not impact immediately on the traveling public. So for some months now, some of our operators have actually been taking a whole lot of blood. We've been bleeding. We've been absorbing a whole lot of these difference in prices. So as it is now, for us to be sustainable, for us to be operational, it became inevitable that we have to make some adjustments in our ticket cost, because this ticket cost is from where a whole lot of other stakeholders in the industry get their cut, like the CAA, the airport authorities, and so many others. So we needed to make some adjustment, even to afford the Jet A1, because it's been eating up all our operational funds and reserves. I am aware also that this is not peculiar to Nigeria. It is a world phenomenon. I was reading in the news the other time that United Arab Emirates had to pump in over $5 billion to Emirates to be able to overcome this huge increase in the Jet A1 and so many other countries. We read about the dangers it's posing to American Airlines and the fear that it might be going down soon. So it is a world phenomenon. So us here in Nigeria, we're trying to absorb the shock as much as we can, insulate our passengers as much as we can, but we definitely will have to remain in business because they will not want to see us come down. So for that reason, the last week too, there have been some little adjustments to see how we can manage to come out of this.
All right. So what about international flight operators? Are they able to get the fuel, or in the same boat as Nigerian operators?
Oh, they are actually affected. A few days ago, a friend of ours and one of our colleagues who was doing the Hajj operation had this aircraft a couple of hours on ground because they were waiting for fuel. They boarded, disembarked, and so it is general. It's not peculiar to local operators. I am also informed that some international airlines have reduced their flights in and out of Nigeria. So this, obviously, when you have fewer aircrafts to fly, it automatically affects the cost of ticket. That's the same thing also. There are fewer aircrafts flying now because the fuel is not available. So with the few aircrafts in the air and the passengers are scrambling for them, and then the tickets inevitably has gone up. Just also like the international flight. It's really very, very expensive to travel out of Nigeria this summer. So it's affecting both local and international. But like I said, I am aware that all that are concerned are doing everything possible to ensure we overcome this. So maybe we wake up tomorrow and we have a better story to tell.
All right, tell us about the quality of the fuel. We understand that there's too much methanol in some of the fuel that's coming in. does that mean that this same fuel is used by other countries and Nigeria don't think it's good enough for their operations?
No, as regards to airline operation, we don't really have problem with the quality. You know, there are standard quality. Every airline has its own quality control. The regulators have their quality control, and all the vendors must have to maintain certain quality levels. So as far as aviation fuel is concerned, we do not really have quality problem here. You might be referring to the PMS. That could be the case some time ago, but I think it's no more an issue right now. So the quality of aviation fuel here is not a concern.
All right, and perhaps as a final question, and maybe one you can explain for us, I know that fuels come in different forms, but how does the 11th largest oil producer in the world have a fuel drama?
It is just very, very simple. For some reasons, our crude products here, which we produce, are exported. They get refined in other countries before they come back to Nigeria for our use in different forms, PMS, Jet A1, and all that. So the process of doing this, it takes some time. And then if there are some traffic in the sea, there are some logistic delays and all that. And if there are some gaps in calculation of landing, offloading, and loading, you know, then obviously it is supposed to cause a little bit of delay. So I think that this would have been a big lesson to all those that are involved. Our industry is deregulated, which is good. But I think that when situations become critical like this, government do, in their wisdom, do some strategic intervention. And that intervention is ongoing. We are aware in AON, reliably informed, that some of these products are already in the sea, and they'll be hitting the ground tomorrow for distribution across the airports in the nation. So I think this is just where we find ourselves, but we have no doubt it will be getting better from now.
Professor Okonkwo, thank you so much indeed for clearing up some of these issues, and your insights greatly appreciated. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we're always ready and prepared to work for the best of this nation, our traveling public, and to support the government effort for all the economic development. It's an essential sector. We understand the importance of it. And as patriotic citizens, we continue to do all the sacrifices required.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Yeah.
All right. That's Professor Okonkwo, who's the chairman of United Nigeria Airlines in Lagos, and also Nigeria's air travel operators. Right. So that's where we'll leave that story.